of my heart. Keep negative out of my thoughts. Me know I say it's easy to pray the wrong way, so Jaja please guide me every day.
What's up, goodies? Welcome back to my channel and to my kitchen, how to cook. And honey, today I'm going to show you how to make one of the most delish seasonings, all-purpose seasoning, dry away, and I'm going to show you how to make a mean marinade. Just make sure you subscribe to the channel, goodie, and turn your post notification on so that way you will always be the first to know whenever I upload brand new content. And believe me, you don't want to miss this one. This is good for put on just about anything you're cooking at the kitchen. Even great for the vegans, right? Let's talk about it. Now I'm going to add here some onion powder. You want 1 tablespoon of the onion powder, 1 tablespoon also of your garlic powder. All right, we're going to make this thing mellow. All right, we don't want to substitute anything here. Now to that, you're going to use some dry thyme. If you don't want to use the dry thyme like I'm using here, you could use your fresh thyme, but just make sure that you remove the leaves from that dry thyme. All right, from the thyme where you use the fresh thyme. Now I'm going to also add some parsley here, 1 tablespoon of parsley to it, and I'm going to add some black pepper. I'm adding about a teaspoon of black pepper here. Okay, 1 teaspoon of black pepper. Now to that, I'm going to use my turmeric. Now if you don't want to use your turmeric powder, make sure to go for some kind of a curry powder, but you don't want to use anything that is flavored. Use a pure curry, all right, plain old curry. I do have our Ochirus brand and it works really well. You want to add a teaspoon of that. Now you definitely don't want to skip your cumin powder here. This one I bought, this is the organic that I bought in the farmer's market. I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of that to it. Now here I'm adding some allspice, 1 teaspoon of allspice. Then I'm adding here 1 tablespoon of ginger powder. And then to that I'm adding 1 tablespoon of paprika. And you could add smoke if you want to, all right? Now this is a ginger powder. What I added earlier was sugar. So you want to add the sugar to it as well. Now your salt is optional, okay? I'm not going to add any salt in it because when I'm seasoning my meat, I'm just going to go ahead and add my salt and balance that out, because sometimes I do cook unsalted most of the time, and so I'll just leave it this way and add the salt to it just to, you know, even it out and see whatever I want and I don't want. However, it is perfect. This all-purpose seasoning is good for just about anything: fish, chicken, pork, vegetables, whatever it is that you are cooking. That's the way to go. Now let's get into our wet rub, all right, or marinade here. Now I have some fresh parsley here. I don't think you need to use the dried parsley, but if that's all you have, go ahead and use that, okay? But fresh is better. And I'm going to add 6 cloves of garlic. Now if you don't have the fresh garlic here, of course you could use the one in the bottle. If you're going to use the chopped garlic in the bottle, you want to add 2 tablespoons of that into your mixer. Here I'm using my mixer here. If you don't have this one that I'm using, go ahead and use your blender. All right, it's going to work just fine. I'm just cutting it a little bit because I don't want to put it chunky in this particular blender that I'm using, or smoothie type of thing, so I'm just cutting it smaller. All right, let's go ahead and put that in to the mix. Okay, so now after you have done that, this is what you're going to add to the mix, all right? Because you want it to have flavor when you're cooking your food, right? So what I did here, I went in for 1 lemon. We're going to go ahead and squeeze that lemon out, and we are in fact going to add 1 lemon squeezed into the mix. Then to that, you want to add some kind of a pepper flavor. I'm using my dry pepper flakes here. Of course, you could use a Scotch bonnet if that's the way you want to go, but I'm choosing to use the red pepper flakes here, and I'm using 1 teaspoon of the red pepper flakes. If you want it more spicy, go ahead and add that. Now to that, you want to add some mixed spice, 1 teaspoon of that. Then I'm adding here some black pepper, 1 teaspoon of black pepper, right? Now to that, we're going to add some dried thyme. Of course, you could use your fresh thyme, and again, you want to remove the leaf from the stem before you add it to the mix. But I use 1 teaspoon here. Now again, here you could use your turmeric or your curry powder, but be sure again that your curry powder that you're using is pure curry and not flavored curry powder. Now, because I want it to be more original and more authentic, I'm definitely going to be using the turmeric here, and I'm using the organic turmeric for the recipe. And you need 1 teaspoon of turmeric or curry powder, plain curry. Now again, you want to make sure that you had your cumin. Your cumin powder is really critical for the recipe. I'm adding 1 teaspoon here. You don't want to skip this one, and you don't want to substitute that out either. Now after you have achieved that, you want to go in and add your soy sauce here. I think I probably had 1 1/4 cup of the soy sauce, all right? And then I went in and I added the ketchup, all right? Maybe about another 1/4 cup of ketchup to it. All right, I'm going to definitely try to link everything that I'm using for the recipe in the description. Yes, so just go ahead and check that out. All right, so you could get your measurements right. Now you want to go in and use your oil of choice. I'm using vegetable oil here. Use whatever kind of oil that you want to use. Now to give it a nice little flavor, I'm using my light corn syrup here. You don't want to add honey or anything. I'm using 1/4 cup again of the syrup here, and you want to add some ginger powder, and I added 1 tablespoon of ginger powder to it. 1 tablespoon also of paprika, or if you don't want to do that, use a smoked paprika. All you have to do next is just tighten it all up. Put it onto the blender. Make sure I give it a nice little shake to make sure everything combine right here, and just let it blend and smooth for probably about 40 to 60 seconds. Okay, nice and smooth. If you let it do that for a while, it's going to be perfect. After you have completed that step, this is what your wet rub is going to look like, and the smell is so amazing. Let me tell you, this thing here is good when you're doing chicken, when you're doing fish, when you're doing turkey, ham, anything. And this dry rub here is so divine. Perfect on your veggies or just about anything in the kitchen. Now I'm going to make sure that you give the video a thumbs up. Share this with all your friends and family. Tell them what's going on over here. Bring them, come and send them, come. I'm waiting. After you get done doing all of that, tell them what you want to see me a cook next in my kitchen. And remember, as always, from my kitchen to your kitchen, enjoy.